So what's the best month to come down and visit Key West? I'm Sue Cooper. I've lived here for 28 years and I absolutely love it. So I'm actually going to give you some information more from a local's perspective on the best time of year to come down. I'll start off with kind of a little bit more of an overview on the months, and then I'll get a little bit more specific. But basically, if you just think about the seasons, we got the 4 seasons, right? Summer, winter, fall, and spring. Now, in the winter, we are very busy. That's considered our season. So rates are going to be high for the hotels. There's going to be a lot more people here, a lot more traffic. And then the spring is super busy as well because you've got spring break for colleges, winter break for colleges, and also for high school, spring break, winter break. So there's just always somebody on a break. So a lot of people come down here for the spring. The spring is definitely our busiest season of the year. The summer is quiet. The weekends tend to be busier. Weekdays, not so much. It is really hot. It goes from hot to hotter. It doesn't really cool down much down at night here as it does sometimes in like maybe the Tampa area. It'll get a little cooler in the evenings. We just don't get cool. So it's 90 and it feels like 110. So if you like water sports, I think that the summer is great because if you want to be on the water, again, the water's pretty warm. It's in the high 80s. So you don't really get cooled off there either. But the summer tends to be calm, not as many people, again, except for the weekends. And then the fall. The fall is probably our slowest season, or definitely is the slowest season of the year. Kids go back to school. Once they're back to school, and in Florida, I know they go back to school in mid-August. In the New England area, I know they go back more right after Labor Day weekend, so it kind of varies. But once kids are back to school, we get really quiet here. It is definitely a season has died down for September, October, November. Those 3 months are probably going to be your best 3 months to come down here. The rates for the hotels are going to be much lower. There's always going to be space on the excursions, and the weather is great. Now, that being said, it is the peak of hurricane season. So you really are taking a chance, but you know, it's not like just because it's hurricane season, a hurricane's going to hit here. So you want to keep an eye on that. And but yeah, the fall, I think, is the absolute best time to come down here. I think October is great because the water is just starting to cool down a tiny bit. And then it's just quiet. Now, there's a couple events. We have a lot of events down here in Key West, but there's a couple weeks where I would say, you know, like in the fall, I'm telling you, it's a great time to come down. It's quiet. But the last week in October, right, leading up to Halloween, is what's called Fantasy Fest. And we get thousands upon thousands of people that come down just for that week. So hotels then spike up in their rates, and there's a lot more people here. Another big event is called Songwriters Festival. It is a fantastic event. I highly recommend you come down for it, but there is a lot of people that come into town for it, and that's in May, usually that first week in May. So just keep that in mind. You can always go on the Key West Chamber of Commerce and look what's going on as far as events. There are some events, you know, those are the 2 big ones that I would say the rates are spiked for. Now, the other thing is early December, right after Thanksgiving, it's pretty great. Actually, that's another really great time to come down. After the Thanksgiving is super busy. November in general is slow, but Thanksgiving week is busy. Anytime there's a holiday, actually. So Easter is really busy. President's weekend, long weekends. Anytime there's a long weekend, it's pretty busy down here. But in November, Thanksgiving is super busy. Then it really drops off for about 2 weeks. It's pretty quiet. Again, great time to come down here. The rates are lower. The water is nice. You know, it get a little cooler, so it's actually kind of more comfortable. You can actually put some sleeves on. But then it spikes back up around the 20th of December. That is the last 10 days or 11 days of December are our busiest days of the year. So keep that in mind. Rates are high. A lot of times the hotels will put 5-night minimums on that week like that. They might do that at Thanksgiving as well, and certain times of the year in the spring. So keep your mind open on that. As far as the 5-night minimums, that's not the norm down here, but it is during really busy weeks. So there you have it. that is what I would suggest as far as coming down here. The winter, tends to be more people. Spring, a lot of people. Summer, super hot, but great time to be on the water if you like water sports. And the fall is probably the best time to come down. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll answer them for you. And I hope to see you down here in Key West at Lazy Dog. Come out and paddle with us. See ya.